By 1916, World War I had entered its third year, and the Western Front was locked in a brutal stalemate. The Allied and Central powers faced each other across trenches that stretched from the North Sea to the Swiss border. Something had to change. In an attempt to break the deadlock, the British and French launched an ambitious offensive known as the Battle of the Somme. The plan was to relieve pressure on the French at Verdun, weaken the German army, and ultimately push through enemy lines. On July 1, 1916, the Battle of the Somme began with a massive artillery bombardment. The earth shook as thousands of shells rained down on German positions. It was the most prolonged bombardment in history up to that point, lasting for 7 days. After the bombardment, British and French infantry advanced toward the German trenches. They faced barbed wire, machine guns, and artillery fire. The Battle of the Somme had become a gruesome test of courage and endurance. July 1, 1916, marked the bloodiest day in British military history. Over 57,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing. The initial gains were modest, but the battle raged on. For months, the Battle of the Somme continued. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, and progress was slow. The battlefields turned into muddy quagmires, and soldiers endured appalling conditions. The Somme saw the debut of new weapons, including tanks. While these early tanks were unreliable and slow, they hinted at the future of armored warfare. Artillery and poison gas were also employed, making the battle one of the first to feature modern technological warfare. By the time the Battle of the Somme ended in November 1916, the Allies had gained some ground, but at a tremendous cost. The British Empire had suffered around 420,000 casualties, while the French endured approximately 200,000. The Germans, too, faced significant losses. The Battle of the Somme came to symbolize the futility and tragedy of World War I. It demonstrated the devastating power of modern warfare and the human cost of political and military decisions. The Battle of the Somme left an indelible mark on the collective memory of the nations involved. It remains a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made during the Great War and the need to pursue diplomacy and peace whenever possible. Today, the Battle of the Somme is commemorated annually in the United Kingdom and France. The poppy flower, inspired by the famous war poem, In Flanders Fields, has become a symbol of remembrance for the fallen soldiers. The bottle's legacy serves as a solemn reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of striving for a better future.